I need the whole city to shoot. Put your phone down.
A practice that felt like a concert. Taehyung makes the crowd go wild on day 3 of the Arirang Tour rehearsal. Hello ARMY. Welcome back to BTS fans channel. This time, I don't want you to just watch this story. I want you to truly sink into it. Deeper than before. Closer, slower. As if every second you're about to hear is happening right in front of your eyes. Imagine this. Day 3 of the Arirang World Tour rehearsal. The sky above the stadium feels calm. Not too bright, not too dark. As if it's waiting for something. A soft breeze moves through, carrying the quiet sounds of armies who arrived early. Some sitting, some standing, some walking. But one thing is the same. They're all waiting. Not just waiting for a rehearsal to begin, but waiting for a moment. Because they know. With BTS, even the simplest things can turn into something unforgettable. The stage lights are only half on. Staff members move quickly across the floor, adjusting this, fixing that. Everything looks technical, ordinary, like any other rehearsal day. And yet, slowly, the atmosphere begins to shift. Small cheers begin to rise. 1, 2, then dozens. Until suddenly, the entire stadium is filled with sound. And without any announcement, everyone knows. He's here. Taehyung steps onto the stage. No dramatic intro. No grand entrance. Just calm steps. A soft gaze. And a small smile that instantly makes the entire stadium explode. He pauses at center stage. He looks around. And for a few seconds, he does nothing at all. But somehow, that's exactly what makes it impossible to look away. His gaze is gentle. His smile subtle. And there's something in the way he stands that makes everything feel close. As if there's no distance between the stage and the crowd. Then, he raises his hand slightly. A soft wave. And boom! The stadium erupts. Louder than before. Fuller, more emotional. As if everyone is trying to say the same thing. We're here, and we see you. Taehyung lets out a small laugh. He lowers his head. Shakes it lightly. Almost as if he can't believe that such a huge reaction came from such a simple gesture. But he doesn't stop there. Without warning, he starts to move. At first, it's small. Just his shoulders following an invisible rhythm. Light steps. Like someone playing along. With music only he can hear. And ARMY instantly understands. Cheers turn into laughter. Laughter into louder screams. Because they know. This is spontaneous. This isn't part of the official rehearsal. This isn't choreography he has to follow. This is Taehyung. Simply being himself. And that is what makes it so special. Then the music begins to play through the speakers. Not too loud. Still like a sound check. But enough to guide the moment. And in an instant, Taehyung locks into it. His movements shift. From relaxed to more defined. From playful to deeply expressive. But he never loses one thing. His freedom. He adds unexpected gestures. Changing expressions. A gaze that feels serious one second, teasing the next. And every time he does, the reaction is the same. The crowd explodes. At one point, he suddenly stops. The music keeps going. But he stands still, looking out at the crowd. then pointing toward one side of the stadium, as if choosing someone at random. And then he smiles. Not just any smile, but one that feels personal. As if, among thousands, he truly sees one person. And the effect. Not just that one person reacts. The entire stadium does. The screams return. Louder, wilder, uncontrollable. Because the moment feels real. Not for cameras. Not for recordings. But for them. Right there, in that exact second. Time keeps moving. But no one notices. Every second feels like something to hold on to. To remember, to feel. Because everyone knows. This won't ever happen the same way twice. Taehyung walks to the edge of the stage. Closer. Even closer. Until the distance between him and ARMY feels almost non-existent. He leans down slightly, bringing himself nearer, and waves again. Some ARMYs tremble. Some cover their mouths. Some can only laugh in disbelief, because they don't even know how to react anymore. It feels too real, too close, too perfect for something called a rehearsal. And maybe that's the point of it all. Taehyung never treats a rehearsal like something small. He gives the same energy, the same attention, maybe even the same emotion, as he would in a full-scale concert. And ARMY feels it. They're not just spectators. They are part of the moment. Part of the energy. Part of the laughter. Part of every second created on that third day. When the music finally stops, no one reacts immediately. For a brief moment, everything is quiet. Not because there's nothing to say, but because everyone is still trying to process what they just experienced. Taehyung stands at the center of the stage, his breath slightly heavy, his hair moving with the wind. And once again, he smiles. Warmer, deeper, as if holding all the emotions of that day in a single expression. Then he bows. A simple gesture, but full of meaning. And in an instant, the stadium roars again. Louder than ever. More emotional, more sincere. Because everyone knows. This wasn't just a rehearsal. This was a memory. A memory they will replay. In their minds. In videos. In stories. Again, and again, and again. And maybe, years from now, when someone asks, "What was your favorite moment from the Arirang Tour?" some of them will smile and answer, not about the biggest stage, not about the grandest show, but about one simple day. Day 3. When a man named Kim Taehyung turned an ordinary rehearsal into something that felt like the most beautiful concert of their lives.